Hey,
Hey, what's up?
I'm having some trouble understanding a class I'm taking.
Really, which one?
Epistemology?
What's that?
It's the study of knowledge and how you know things.
Huh, that sounds interesting. I'd like to hear more about it. So, like how I know the sky is blue or how this pen will fall if I drop it?
Sort of. Basically, you have to define knowledge and where it comes from while also defending it. So you use the example of the pin in the sky. I would ask how you know those two things.
Okay, I got it. So I would say I know them because I've seen them over and over again, and we have scientific research supporting theories. That simple.
Well, not quite. This is where the study of knowledge comes in. How do you know it? Well, you said you know it because you've seen it. How do you know you can trust your eyes?
Because I have 20/20 vision.
Not really I was going with that, but okay. How do you know you have 20/20 vision?
Because I had an eye exam?
Do you know everything within that exam worked?
Well, for the most part, I have a general idea.
Where does that idea come from?
My experience, reason, and my eye doc told me.
Okay, so you know things through experience, reason, and the faith you have in others' expertise in a subject.
Well, yeah, that's the foundation of modern society.
Okay, but the understanding is based off the modern age, is it not?
Yeah.
Could that understanding be flawed? Kind of like we were flawed for a number of years believing the Earth was the center of the universe? Or like how we still can't fully understand how evolution works because we don't have a complete fossil record or climate data from all the millions of years it was supposed to happen?
It's a little bit of a stretch. I mean, we can infer some things based off of modern understanding and technology. We know a lot from fields today because of the advances we have.
But again, you're putting trust in other areas. You've placed it first in the doctor, who's using modern understanding, which, well, we don't know, might be flawed. Then you're using technology, which gets more accurate over time, which means modern technology is presently flawed. Then you're using data based on experience. There's so many ways you can get knowledge from that. It's hard to verify which of them are true. So again, how do you know you have 20/20 vision if those processes aren't absolutely perfect?
I don't know if I agree with you, but I can understand where you're coming from.
Then ask again, how do you know the sky's blue and that gravity exists?
Well, I know it's a logical assumption. I'm not falling into space, I'm stuck on this Earth. If I drop this pin, it falls. But because I can't use sight and understanding, I'll use a different example. If I jump up and down, I don't float off into space. Therefore, something is holding me on Earth. Therefore, gravity exists and this pin will fall if I drop it.
Do you feel everything your body goes through?
What do you mean?
Do you feel your body digesting right now, or blood pumping through your veins? Do you feel your body fighting off the millions of bacteria that we accumulate every day? Would you feel it if they put you down for emergency surgery? How do you know you can trust everything your body is feeling?
Okay. I think I see where you're going with this. So I can't trust what I feel or what I see, but can I trust anything that I can sense?
Not according to Descartes, who argued that all sense perception is flawed.
Okay, that still leaves me with reason and experience, though.
Experience is out. Where does it come from?
Memories?
Memory through sense perception. Can you trust either all the time?
Okay, but I still have reason.
But that reason is based off a cause and effect relationship that you perceived through the senses. That's what Locke and Kant say.
If that's the case, and I can't even use that, then how do I know anything?
Exactly what I'm at with this class. How do I know anything? How do I even know what knowledge is? Is it even possible? According to some philosophers, because all of our knowledge and reason is based off of perception, there's no way to objectively know anything, meaning all knowledge is subjective and also subject to bias.
I'm not sure I can agree with that. That would mean that all empirical data is also useless because it's subjective. But then explain to me how we end up with the same results over and over again. I don't will or perceive gravity into existence simply because I see things falling. Even when I was born, I didn't have the perception or understanding of gravity or that the sky is being blue. Hell, I probably didn't even know what blue was as a concept. So you can't just throw out the whole realm of objectivity simply because a few thinkers think that it's flawed. I would switch classes if I were you. Maybe science-based.
But that's philosophy. Unless we come up with a good argument for how we can know things or how knowledge works, then the present arguments stand that we can't know anything objectively.
So, I have to argue for an objective base of knowledge without cause and effect or sense perception. But wait, aren't these philosophers also making their arguments from their perceptions? And aren't they using cause and effect also?
That's what I'm not getting. I think they are, but my teacher disagrees with me. They're using the idea that everyone perceives flaws in perception, an objective truth, to argue for the subjective reality. Basically, we can't know anything because we know that we can't. I think it's a fallacy, but I'm not sure.
Well, it sounds like one. It kind of all starts with what you define knowledge as.
And that's what the whole realm of epistemology can't decide on. What is knowledge, and how do we obtain it?
Well, I don't know how you would define it in the case of those thinkers arguing. I see your point, though. However, in my subjective opinion, I would need to read those thinkers to fully understand what they're talking about and see if they are committing a logical fallacy.
I don't think I have the time for that. I have a paper due in a few days on the subject, but you're right. The first place to start is with a definition of knowledge. How do you obtain one if all knowledge is already subjective and cannot be decided upon? It would also mean the definition of knowledge is subjective. It's Plato's world of performance, and performance couldn't agree on what they are.
And this